Hi everyone and welcome back. Just a really quick market update because we saw some volatility and therefore I thought it might be interesting for you to give you my view here. But before we jump in, as always, please hit the like and subscribe button. That's the best way how you can support my channel here. And yeah, that would be really nice. So many thanks in advance and let's jump in. So I will start here as in the last updates on the PTN chart or P10 UTI Patterson. I mean, there are not that much changes here. We just see some interesting structures forming. I told you in the last update that we might saw some five-way structure here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the wave count could be full. And I told you I took my profits here, so I sold all my UTI Patterson positions. And I told you also that we could grind higher here into the $13 or $15 level into this region. I think we slightly broke through the $13 to $13.08. And yeah, now we see a little bit, or some kind of a pullback. And I told you, as long we hold the yellow support here, the direct trend continuation is intact, and therefore, we can look for higher prices here. And what's now really interesting here, I mean, I don't trade this pattern, but sometimes it works out and it fits currently pretty good to the idea that we might see. So if this one here is a three-wave structure, you see this? A, B, C. It looks like a three-wave structure. You can jump here on the 4-hour chart. Yeah. Okay. So let's assume that this one here is a three-wave structure in a wave A, B, C, A wave. And this one was a B wave. And then we could see the C wave down here. And this idea is supported by this structure here. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, and the another shoulder. And if we break now here down, and if we assume that this one here is A, B, C, let's make it orange. 1 wave degree lower. Oh, sorry. So something like that. Then we can measure the target for the C wave, A wave down to the top of the B wave. Yeah, and it's pretty much at or above, still above the 61.8 tip of the length from this low to this top. So if we hold here above the $10.51, then we could look for one more high here at least. But if this structure here is breaking, let's check here. So, I mean, it's not that so clean here, but if we assume that this one here is a head on shoulders pattern and we take the length of the head here down to the neckline, this is how you measure the target to the downside, and you take the breakpoint here at this point, then it's below this yellow support box. So I will keep that here on the chart just to track it for the next time, which one is playing out. At the moment, the trend or short-term trend is potentially down here with an ideal target at $10.56. If we hold this yellow support here, I'm looking for higher prices. If we break down, maybe we reach the area here below the $10 level at $9.44. And I mean, we there's also the chance that we see something like A, B, C to the upside, one more high, one more one more move to the upside here into our target region between 13 and 15 dollars. But as you can see, the structure is currently struggling, or is at least in a consolidation or correction phase here. But we're grinding here on a pretty high level. And yeah, the thesis is pretty much the same. As long we hold the yellow support, I'm looking for higher prices. If we break below the yellow support, I'm looking here for a deeper correction. All right, hope that helps. And then we have hims and hers. Yeah, really interesting structures here again. I'm still looking here for this in white, this A wave. Got this potential 5-way structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really deep pullback here. I explained that in the previous videos that this is still valid because we hold at the 61.8 FIB level. And now I was looking here with the break of the $21.60. That was our potential. I mean, we had here the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside in our previous count where we were tracking the ABC here to the upside, and now we adjusted the chart and therefore we're counting the move completed here in a 5-way structure in a wave A, and therefore we were looking for the A, B, C in blue as a larger A wave, and then I was looking here for the blue B wave, and now we could see the C wave to the downside with an ideal target at $19.84. But now in the white count, I mean, we have the chance that we already found our B wave low here. So if we're completing here in the blue count, the A, B, C here, then we have potential A wave here, and the B wave low is here with the completion of the blue C wave. And then we are looking for the larger C wave here to the upside. But it's also possible that we already found a bottom here in the white B wave. And that would look like that. A wave, B wave, C wave down. Pretty shallow B wave, to be honest. This is why I'm leaning still to the blue count here, because that would give us a more substantial B wave here. As you can see, I mean, it's possible that we already found a B wave bottom here. I don't want to rule that out, but I just want to give you my preferred scenario here. My preferred scenario is at the moment, I'm slightly leaning more towards the blue count here, because if I would count this one here, and I had that in the last updates, as an first wave 1 in the C wave, so A wave here is the white B wave, so B wave here, then I have to count this one here in a 5-wave structure. It's possible, but for me it looks like a diagonal. As you can see here, this overlapping price action, I have explained that in the last update. But I will label it in white as an first wave 1. This could be the A wave, B wave, C wave in orange into the white wave 2. And then as long we hold the white support, we should see the strong third wave to the upside of C. But still, I'm still looking here for one more low, ideally to the $19.84. Maybe I'm too cautious here, but I just want to keep you in mind that the HIMS chart failed the last 1-2 setups. Therefore, I stay a little bit more careful here. I don't want to spread too much hopium here into this wave 1 or this 1-2 setup. If you want to trade it, I mean, you can do that. You're scaling into the white support box here, and then you put your stop loss here below the 78 or below the wave 1. But it's possible that we're grinding now deeper into the C wave, and then you get stopped out here, and afterwards you get here the first reaction or the stronger reaction. And yeah, I mean, as long the white support holds, we can look for higher prices, direct trend continuation. But still my preferred scenario is here the ABC. That would give us a more substantial B wave low here. I mean, the B wave can easily, or is most of the times, it's retracing down to the 50% or the 61.8. That's an ideal support level for a B wave. This one would be really shallow, and this idea is also supported by the fact that this one here is a diagonal structure. It doesn't look like, it's definitely not an impulse for me. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping price action. That's not an impulse, and yeah, but we can count it as a 5-way structure to the upside in an initial wave 1 of C. And therefore I have it on the chart here in orange, the ABC, and if we hold this white support, yeah, we can look for higher prices. And my preferred scenario is still that we see something like this, maybe in a diagonal structure here to the downside. As you can see, HIMS created a lot of overlapping price action in the last weeks or month. As you can see here, I mean, all the structure here, yeah, is really ugly in my opinion. It's also possible that we're forming here something like a triangle. Can easily morph into a triangle. Just an idea. I mean, there are many scenarios I could label here. Something like this: A, B, C, D, E, and then this is here's the A wave, then we have here the B wave low, and then we see the C wave to the upside. Also possible, can easily morph into the direction. But my preferred scenario at the moment are these two scenarios are my preferred ones, and that's in blue, A, B, C, or we have found a bottom here, and this is one in wave 1, and then we have a wave 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the most bullish outcome in the short term. And yeah, so in the next sessions we will see if the white support box is holding. So in the short term, I'm looking here definitely for lower prices. I mean, it's possible, yeah, for sure, always that we grind instantly here to the upside. But at the moment here, the structure suggests definitely lower prices in the short term. And yeah, for the bulls, the white support box has to hold for direct trend continuation. Otherwise, we have a lot of support below, and the ideal target for the blue C wave is at $19.84. Okay. So then we saw a lot of movements here on the energy fuels chart. I had it reached the first target of our, what was it? It's the blue C wave, yes. So I'm counting this move here completed in 5 waves. Therefore, I'm looking here for first wave 1. So let's put that out. That's our idea here. We have a first wave 1 in blue. And now we saw an ABC in a larger A wave. Then ABC, or yeah, it's definitely looking like a B wave here. I told you that in the last update. It's with a very high likelihood we have here a B wave. and that we see a C wave to the downside in 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as we hold the yellow support, the trend remains down. And now we see, as you can see, a reaction here, first reaction here, in the yellow resistance. And this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we reached ideal target here at $14.58. If we see now something like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we have something like that. We put it here. This is why I had it on a chart. Without a five-way structure to the upside, we have no sign that the low is in place. At the moment, the trend remains clearly down. And in a more complex correction, I can label this one not as an A wave. This could be a W. And then three-wave structure here to the upside in an X wave. And in orange, as you can see, we have then here the A wave, B wave, C wave to the downside in a Y wave. And yeah, this could bring even deeper prices. Yes, therefore, if we can't find support here in this region, so if we don't see something like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside as labeled here, I'm looking here for the next target of the potential Y wave or the ABC to the downside at $12.30. And this is pretty much in line with the idea here that we found the first level of support for a potential wave 2 support at $12.21. So as you can see, we have here some Fibonacci confluence. And from there on, we could look for another attempt of five-way structure to the upside. If we see 5 waves from here or from here, then we have the first indication that the trend is turning around. Then we have a first wave 1, and then we would look for an ABC, three-wave structure down into wave 2. This could bring us a really nice entry opportunity, stop loss below the wave 1 start, and then we could trade the third wave to the upside. This is the way how I trade it. That's not a financial advice, but I would definitely look here for or wait for a five-wave structure to the upside before buying in. Because at the moment it's like catching a falling knife. You don't know where's the bottom. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Maybe we've been grinding even deeper, and this is turning into a maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a really bearish scenario. Actually, not preferred at the moment because this move here is in 3 waves, in my opinion, and therefore this is here a potential A wave or X, B wave W, and this is a B wave or X, and then ABC or C wave to the downside. Anyway, I'm looking here for a reaction in this region now. Or next level would be here around the $12, $12.21, $12.30. So in this region here, and without 5 waves up, we have no indication that the bottom is in, and therefore we have to wait for more data in the next sessions. So, and then we saw a sharp pullback yesterday on Uranium Energy. Okay, I think there were some bad earnings report, but we're trading here on Elliott waves. I mean, the fundamentals. You should put the fundamentals into perspective when you're trading. So but I will give you my view here on the Elliott waves. And we had that already on the chart. As for energy fuels, that deeper pullback could or is on the horizon. And we had that already here. I think it was here in March when we got the three-wave structure here, that we potentially running into a potential B wave or X wave. At that point, it was a B wave for me. And in the last updates, I told you if we're grinding here above these potential 1, 2, 3, 4 resistance, because I was actually looking for this potential A, B, C to the downside, and C waves are always in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we should see the 5th wave down. And I told you if we're breaking above this potential, we can put it on to the chart just for a moment. If we break here the 61 to the downside in wave 4 resistance, then I would still look here for a B wave, because we had that here also on the chart. This looks like a 3-wave structure to the upside, so it's not reliable that we have a turnaround signal here, A, B, C. And this is a really good example why you should wait for 5 waves up. As you can see, and you have to reach the ideal target. I told you, if this one is a wave 1 and this is a wave 2, then we have to reach at least the $16.28. If we get rejected at the $15.28, then it is an A, B, C. Ideal target for a C wave. And we got pretty much exactly rejected there. And this fits pretty much or pretty well to the idea, because it was too high for wave 4 here at this point. As I showed you, we broke through the resistance, but this is the reason why you have to wait for 5 waves up. And then we got rejected here. We didn't reach the ideal target, and therefore I'm labeling this one here as an A, B, C wave to the downside. And yeah, same story here, A wave, B wave. And now, because this is a 3-wave structure, this is a 3-wave structure, this is potentially a 3-wave structure, I'm labeling it as a WXY in the first place, in a really bullish, bearish alternatives, A wave, B wave. And now 1, 2, 3. Oh, where's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get a deeper pullback. But let's check what I measured here. I took the whole length of the W. This one here, WX, and that's the that's accurate at $9.36. And I think I had that on the chart, but I have already deleted it. A wave, B wave. Yeah, because we broke here already below this level, and I think this was pretty much in line with the wave 2 support here at $10.79, the 38.2 FIB level of the wave 2 support. I will put that out now. We broke below, and this one here also, and therefore next level to watch is here the $9.36. Below that level we have the $8.86. So at the moment this it's accelerating more to the downside. We have to wait here definitely for 5 waves up. Without 5 waves up, we have no indication that the low is in place. So same story as for energy fuels. I can put that out here. So it's actually following the roadmap pretty nice at the moment. As explained in the last update, this is potentially in WXY or ABC to the downside. And the next level here to watch is the $9.36. And now we're waiting for 5 waves up from this level down below here, or at the $8.86. And from there on, yeah, 5 waves would be the first indication. Then we have a wave 1, ABC down, you know the game. Yeah, and then we have a first indication that the price is turning around. Buying in right now, same story as for energy fuels, is like catching a falling knife. You don't know where the bottom is. You're buying in, you're buying in, you're buying in, and then you end up down below here and have no money left, and that's not good. And therefore we're waiting here for 5 waves up. Wave 1, ABC down. We have only this risk here, stop loss below this level, and then we're trading the strongest wave most of the time, and that's the third wave to the upside. So I hope that helps. And then we have CrowdStrike. Yeah, CrowdStrike is pulling back. Finally. Yeah, multi 1-2 setup as explained in the last updates. 1 ABC 2 1 2 3 potential fourth wave is incoming or is running at the moment. So let's jump into the micro count here. I will put that off. I think the top, yeah, it's definitely in here. So, oh. All right. We are at an standard support level for this wave 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is also actually like from pretty much from an Elliott Wave book. If you have a shallow wave 2, you most of the time you have a really deep wave or sharp wave 4 correction, and the other way around, if you have a sharp wave 2, most of the time you have a shallow wave 4. So the opposite. I read that it's in an Elliott Wave textbook as an example here. And now when we measure this one here, potential A wave, B wave, C wave, then we can measure the target for this potential C wave. Let's check if we already reached it. Okay, it's slightly below the current support here. At 588.25 cents. I mean, let's jump deeper. I don't want to jump into the 1 hour chart because it gets really unreliable here. And we can put here a trend line to the chart. Okay, something like that. Let's make it yellow as first indication. If we break above that level through this trend line, then we have a very first indication that the trend could shift. And maybe we can identify some kind of yeah, if I'm looking here for bottom, sometimes I'm looking, or it's a really good indication if the price is behaving in a falling wedge pattern. So, and we break through the upper trend line, then it's most of the time a pretty good indication that the price is turning around. Also really nice position here for an entry. If you want to trade a wave 4, this could be an idea. But because the C wave is targeting below the support, you have to stay a little bit cautious. This one looks like a A wave, B wave, C wave. So A wave, potential B wave, and now we're coming down in a diagonal structure in the C wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up. Possible, but it's also possible that we reach here. Yeah, we can slightly break the support here and then grinding higher. That's possible, but ideally we should hold here in the white support box. So let's zoom out again. So, and if we break below, then we still have, yeah, then I would assume that we have found a top here in the larger or higher degree, wave 3, and then we have to hold here above the 543. This is actually my critical support level here. Below that level, I think yeah, I mean, I would shift my view then to a more bearish alternative, or in the short term. But yeah, as long we hold this level here at the 591, I'm looking for higher prices. If we break slightly below it, it won't be it's not ideal, but it's still possible that we get this fifth raise here to the upside. So at the moment, all eyes here on the 591 in the next step. If we break here above the yellow trend line, then we have a first indication that the trend might shift. So if we see here also some kind of a five-way structure to the upside, then we have a first indication. Then we would look for three ways down. If we hold the wave 2 support, then we have pretty good indication that the price is turning around into the fifth wave to the upside. At the moment, the trend remains down. And yeah, these potential ABC has an ideal target at 588 and 25 cents. All right, and then we have the UnitedHealth. Yeah, it's on track. As in the last update, I'm looking here for the $426 next. And yeah, my ideal scenario or my preferred scenario is here that we have A wave, that this is an ABC into the B wave, that we see a C wave to the downside. If we break above this level, I would look here next for the 518 and 52 cents. If we reach this area here, then we have a first indication that we are in the wide count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would give us the chance that we are already found a bottom here, and that this one was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. But yeah, we are still below the first target here for the C wave. I'm expecting a reaction here at the $426. If we break through, then yeah, next level to watch is the 481 and ideally the 518 for the white count. At the moment, my preferred scenario is still the orange scenario, in which we could find a top in the B wave at 426, and then we see the C wave to the downside afterwards. So let's see, the next sessions will show. And SanDisk. Yeah, on SanDisk, I got stopped out. I told you, yeah, it was a really nice trade here. We went in at the beginning of March. I gave you the entries here at 555 in this region. And then we grinded. Yeah, pretty much in a straight line. We got a short pullback here before grinding higher. And yeah, at the moment, as you can see, we got rejected pretty much exactly here at the 1,872. And I took the length here of this way to the upside and measured the 50% here. And I think I communicated it in my community, so you can check out my WAP link down below. You get with the code free90 90 days for free, so you don't miss any trades in the future. And I'm sharing there my entries and my exits, completely transparent, and you can chat with me there. So check that out. It's in the description, the WAP link. And with the code free90 you get 90 days for free. So I told you it was in my community, I think. I put my stop loss here, I think. Oh no, it was here at this level, because I was looking here for a topping structure. And then I took here the most significant pullback in this move here to the upside. So I measured here from the low to the top. And then I was looking here for the golden ratio, the 61.8, and I put my stop loss at 1,620. I can show you that. I think I've communicated it here. Yes. So SNDK. Yeah. I just got stopped out at 1,620. We're probably coming down deeper. I'm waiting for more data now. So there I had the 1,620, I had my stop. And with this move here to the downside below the 61.8 level, I was out. I had really nice profits. I tripled my money almost from the entry at 555. And I want to rotate my money into more assets where I see more potential. And I'm still labeling this one here as an ABC. So it looks currently still like a really corrected. Therefore, I'm looking for higher prices still. As you can see, ABC in a larger A wave, B wave, C wave. But with the break of this level here, as I showed you in my community, I wanted to get stopped out actually because I wanted to take my profits. And it was a really nice run here to the upside. And at the moment, if this one is valid, and it looks like that, A, B, C to the downside in a wave A, B wave, and now we got rejected here again and see the C wave to the downside. And this would, break probably the 50% of the, to delete that, of the wave to the upside here, as you can see. Below that level, and that would be my confirmation that we're coming down deeper, really deep here, or not really deep, but that we could see a deeper correction. If we break below the 1,476, that's the 61.8% of this move here to the upside, and at the moment it looks like that. If this C wave here is breaking the support level and is reaching the 1,467, then it's, for me, it would be a confirmation that we see something, maybe something like that, ABC in a larger A wave. Then we see a B wave and a deeper C wave afterwards. And at the moment, as long we hold this level, we could look for higher prices. But we made significant moves the last month, and therefore the wave count could be full here. And I told you, if we break above the 1,872, I have to adjust the chart, and then that would mean we have here the wave 3. It's possible that this is the wave 3 here, and that we now see a larger wave 4 correction of this entire move here. And it was a really long way. If we really measure this, Wave 4, and then we put this because we had really shallow wave 4 corrections, but it's too early to say, okay, this is the larger wave 3 and we're coming down here, but this could bring the price to, yeah, I mean, it would be a really deep correction. So let's see, 767 at the moment, definitely not preferred as long we hold the support here. And yeah, all eyes here in the short term, definitely to the 1476. If this level is holding, I'm looking here for direct trend continuation into the fifth wave. But it's definitely possible if we're breaking this level here that we topped here in a more significant top, let's say it like that, and that we could see a deeper correction. And this could bring the price or test the levels here at the $1,000 level easily. But at the moment, yeah, the support is holding, but it would be definitely a first warning if we break below this level. And yeah, I just want to make you aware about it. If you want to get deeper insights, yeah, check out my WAP link down below in the descriptions. All right. Then Micron. Yeah, pretty much the same story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth wave here is also pretty complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the wave count looks really, we almost reached here the ideal target. I told you, I thought, okay, we might get really strong fifth wave here. Extended one. But yeah, we got rejected below the ideal target here. That's fine. I took here the, I think here, that was my first signal that we're coming down, breaking below the 983. And yeah, this one potentially an A wave, B wave, C wave. Let's put that out. I took also here the length from this here. So let's take the complete length here from the low of the wave 4, go to the top of the potential fifth wave. And we still holding above the 50%. So the price has still the chance to make one more low, high. I don't want to rule it out, but it gets less likely at the moment. As you can see, it looks like we get this ABC to the downside. This could be complete A, B, C, and now 1 or A, but really deep here, B or 2, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the third one. But it's my preferred scenario is definitely here the orange ABC. Yeah, it's possible that we're grinding here higher, but as you can see, yeah, won't be ideal. It looks like an A wave, B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the C wave. And ideal target for the C wave is at A to the top of B. Yeah, 778 and 41 cents. And that's below or above the 61. It's also below, so this could be a start of a larger correction. Then we have here a larger A wave. Just a roadmap. We can track that in the next sessions if it plays out. But as long we hold the support here, same story as for SanDisk, we have the chance to grind higher in a potential fifth wave here, but that's questionable. Therefore, my preferred scenario is definitely here in orange And I'm labeling this one here as an ABC with an ideal target at 778, below the 61.8 at 794. And then I would look here for another B wave and a deeper C wave to the downside. So let's keep that on the chart. We will track that and I will keep you updated. All right. Now, IREN. Yeah, IREN, I mean, I told you in the last updates that this one here is a clearly three-wave structure for me. Therefore, I'm labeling it as a potential A wave, and that the chart is more fragile. So if we have seen here something like a five-wave structure to the upside, it would be more clear for me. But yeah, this one was potentially a B wave here. It looked a little bit here in the first step like initial wave one of C to the upside. It's still possible, A, B, C, so overshooting B wave here, internal B wave, something like that. A wave, overshooting B wave, C wave, but the C wave is too deep in my opinion, so unlikely. And therefore, this one was potentially an A, B, C and an A wave, and that we saw here the pretty high B wave, but not, it's valid. And the structure is also looking more like a B wave now. And that this one here is now, I mean, this 1-2 setup here is still possible. We can put the one here also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then A, B, C down. This was that was one of my ideas how you can trade it here actually. If you buy in here, it's actually pretty dangerous because I was waiting here for a first reaction and we got that. And I communicated that in my community. So let's jump into the micro count here. Because I was waiting here for a reaction, five-way structure to the upside. I could label this one here as a five-way structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. But I told you in my updates here on Telegram, it looks more like an A, B, C to the upside. And therefore, I told my members, stay cautious. It could be a wave one here. So we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup. But that's really questionable. Stay cautious. And now we saw a really sharp pullback yesterday. And I mean, as long we hold here the 78.6, it's possible that this one is a wave one. We're still holding above the start of the wave one, but as you can see, that this pullback is really deep, and therefore I think it's unlikely, and the orange count fits better. So I will adjust the chart. So I will put my wave one here. Let's put it like that. But I'm leaning definitely now more towards the blue count because of this sharp pullback here. If we could have found a bottom here in this region, let's put that on the chart. Here above the white support box or in the white support box, something like that. Then we have a 1, then something like that, 2. Then we could have trade that, but this pullback was really sharp and gave us the idea that this one here is potentially an A wave, B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that we targeting here the area below or around the 45, 43, maybe the $40 level. So I think we have to wait until we get 5 waves up. Or we should wait until we get 5 waves up. Otherwise, we don't have any indication the low is in place. If we grind higher from here, that would be not substantial in my opinion. I would label it still as a B wave here. So if we see something like that, A wave, and this here A, B, C, then I would label it as an B wave, and that we see the top afterwards and a C wave down later on. At the moment, I'm tracking here the ABC down in an A wave, ABC up in a B wave, and now this could be a wave 1, and A, B, C up. Maybe we get this wave 2 here, and then third wave down for 5 into the C wave here. And yeah, so the trend remains down. I mean, as long we hold here above the wave 1 start, we could look here for wave 2 bottom, but it gets more and more unlikely, and therefore the blue count gets more credibility at the moment because of this sharp decline here that fits pretty well to a wave 1 of the C wave to the downside. And yeah, this could morph also in the blue count here, ABC, three-way structure, so WXY again, ABC, or yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth way is too high, but definitely in both scenarios I'm looking here for prices at around $45 to $40. So if we break here now below the $50 mark, then we have a strong indication that we are testing the lows here, or the region between $45 and $40 next. And from there on, yeah, we could look for a B wave bottom. And if we get then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, we have a first indication that the price or the trend is turning around. And then we would look for 3 waves down into wave 2, put the stop loss below the start of wave 1. Then we have a clear risk region. And we can grind into the potential third wave to the upside. At the moment, same story as for the uranium, actually. It's like catching a falling knife. So if you buy in right now, maybe you get some profits here, but then you get rejected in this region, potential third wave to the downside, and you stay underwater for a few weeks, and that's not great. So I think we have to wait here for a clearer setup, just from a risk management perspective. Yeah, that's my view here. Potential ABC in a larger A wave, B wave, C wave. Yeah, and the region between $45 and $40. So then IonQ, yeah, this is a chart. Yeah, unfortunately, I was tracking this one here also, pretty much the same, or not the same as IREN, but I'm looking here, as you can see here, as a larger wave 1 that we saw ABC in either an A wave, B wave top here, and now C wave down into the wave 2, this one here, or in a more bullish interpretation, and this one was something I was following until yesterday, that we topped here in a wave 1, and that we got another wave 1, and then A, B, C down. We found a bottom in this wave 2, and that we got another wave 1, 5-way structure to the upside, and a smaller degree wave 1 here. And that would have required that we hold this support box here, and as you can see, yeah, sharp pullback, and that gave me the idea that we might see a deeper pullback. I got stopped out, to be honest here. I put I was buying in at this level, then I was trying to buy really small position here because I thought we get the direct breakout to the upside, and then I was buying into the C wave here, A, B, C, and then I have put my stop loss here because it was a pretty easy game then for me, because we got this turnaround, the potential wave 1, and then I could put my stop loss here below the wave 1 start. If we break below this level, we have a really good indication that we're coming deeper. And yeah, we broke below that level, and now I'm looking here for at least for the orange count. And this could be the A, B, C, and this has an ideal target at 48 and 73 cents, and that's below the 78.6 of this move here of the wave 1. And yeah, ideally we hold above that level for the third wave to the upside. But now at the moment, it's also possible that we found the larger wave 1 top here. So this one is shifting to this level. And that would mean that we, yeah, coming down deeper. And that's pretty much in line also with the idea that the 38 38.2 FIB level of the wave 2 support is in line with the 48 dollar and 33 cents of the target of wave C here. And this could be just the A wave in a, yeah, let's say short-term bearish alternative, ABC here, a larger A wave, then we see a B wave here, and then we see the C wave afterwards, and this could test the levels here down below to 32. So just an idea, at the moment, as long we hold above the $50 mark here, I'm still labeling it as it is at the moment, 1, 2, 1, 2. But if we break here below the $50 and we have the first indication because of this sharp pullback here, so as you can see, this can accelerate at the moment really fast. So the C wave can extend here down to the $40. Or this C wave here, it's this C wave. And it would look like that, A, B, C, A wave in orange. Then this one was a B wave, and this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This can go really deep here down to, what, really deep, but down to the $40. And that would be, or the 44 and the 38. If we put that back onto the chart, this is a wave 1 top. Yeah, that would be the around the 50% FIB level. If we reach this level, this could be a wave A, and then the B wave and C wave afterwards. So we have to wait for the next sessions. I think it's will show or give more clarity in the next days. Because if we break below the $50 level or $50.46, then we have the first indication that we might need a deeper pullback. And that was the reason why I want to get stopped out at this level here. Because if this 1-2 setup here, the smaller one, gets invalidated, then we have, yeah, a first indication that we're breaking this important level of this wave 1, and that this wave 1 is morphing into a B wave here, and that we see then a deeper pullback. And yeah, and that indication or first sign would be the break of the wave, a lower degree wave, a 1-2 setup here, and this is why I put my stop at this level. And now we got the first indication that we have to shift our view to the alternative scenario in orange or blue. All right, I hope that helps. Also note that we have a daily gap here. When we jump on the daily chart, you see it. And that fits pretty well to the idea that we might test the $50 level next. As you can see, there's a gap. But note, we have also gaps here down below, and these gaps get filled at any time. Yeah, not now, but later on. most of the times these gaps get filled and it goes down below to the $29. I don't say we grind down to this level, but keep that in mind. If you see gaps on the daily chart like that here, they get later or sooner get filled. So we didn't fill it completely at the moment. I think one more low is necessary at least, and that would fit pretty well to the idea that this is an ABC to the downside, to the 48. Then we get the first indication that this is maybe a larger correction. Yeah, I hope that helps. Unfortunately, we didn't get this multi-1-2 setup. That would be really bullish. That was something I was tracking in the first place because we had really great risk to reward ratio here. If this is a wave, if this had played out here in a multi 1-2, so this larger one here, or back here, 1, 1, and then another one would be great if they have played out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this is was a great risk to reward ratio. Yeah, we got stopped out. That's a game. You can't win always. But now we have the indication that we might get a deeper pullback, but we will get definitely another chance down below here. It's still looking good. We just fall back into an alternative scenario, which is still bullish, but we have to wait for a first indication that the short-term trend is turning around. At the moment, in the very short term, the trend remains down. Overall, I'm looking here for a bullish scenario in white. Okay. Then I think that was it. I don't want to make it too long. We have now more than 1 hour. Yeah, I hope it was interesting for you and it helps you. If you want to get covered specific stocks or cryptos, yeah, drop that in the comments down below. And otherwise, have a great start in the week. Oh, no, we have Wednesday. And keep in mind, today we get CPI data at 2:30 p.m. Central European time. I'm expecting higher volatility, and therefore I'm stepping a little bit back from the market. I'm waiting until the data is released, and maybe we get the clarity to the charts here, to the scenarios in which direction we will go. And therefore, yeah, I will keep you updated. So, yeah, have a great day and stay cautious. We get data today and see you next time. Bye-bye.